Yo, oh my god, my brain is on fire right now. Literal fire right freaking now. So, bear with me because I tend to go on tangents. If you saw my other video about Zarude and my predictions and what I thought was going to happen with Zarude, which, just letting you guys know, so far I have been correct, especially when I said that he was going to get a healing type move. I did announce that video. I released that video before anything. Like, I released that video right when Zarude was like, hey, hi everybody, I'm here, hello. And then I shot out with a video literally that same day. So that was before any moves or anything was announced. Pretty sure. But yeah, anyways, I have that video to fall back on. Go check it out if you haven't. I tend to go off on tangents because my brain is literally just pew 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 pew, just like fired everywhere. But like I'm doing right now, going off on a tangent, let's dive in really quick to the leaks that just were released with the DLC regarding Pokemon Sword and Shield, the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. I will talk about kind of like the titles themselves. I feel like predict things that we kind of overlooked. A lot of people, because of Caparaja and like Q-Font and Caparaja, the whole conspiracy, the whole thing about around them is that they're not native to Galar, which means they were brought over from probably a neighboring region. I'll touch on that as well. I'm just gonna I gotta like kind of do one thing at a time. So let's just start with the leaks real quick. It's been already a day or two, so people kind of already are like familiar with it. But we'll just look over Digging Sisters. Obviously, you can get, since they have the Digging Brothers, they got the Digging Duo Sisters. They can dig up certain fossils. Generation obtainable, all Generation 1 obtainable, including regional forms, can trade over from home. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so just regional forms, basically more Pokemon are able to be transferred over, is essentially what is this whole first half is saying. The legendary beasts, aka the birds, the three new forms of the birds. We'll go over that right now. They're gonna roam around also, so kind of, you know, bringing it back old school, like the three legendary dogs or cats, whatever the hell you want to call them, and the birds as well. Kurt's granddaughter, so little throwback back to Kurt. Maisie and her Galarian Slowpoke. We visit for apricorn balls. I like that. The Megan tree is a tree from the trailer. So that is the tree, and I believe the Crown Tundra? The Crown Tundra with that mythical Pokemon. I read, I don't think it's on here, but I read somewhere, or like, because while I was trying to look up these leaks, like trying to pull up these pictures to actually have on screen for you, it's supposed to grant immortality. Something along the lines of that. If I remember, I heard that correctly or read that correctly somewhere. So that's a little nod to AZ from, was it X and Y? I think it was X and Y. That you know, he's a pretty much immortal and immortal, and that could kind of, because wasn't X and Y supposed to be based off France, which is right next to the United Kingdom, which is where this one is based off of. So maybe there was, you know, that something, obviously that what sparked the war that they had mentioned in X and Y, I believe, probably with Galar, which makes sense. So that's how it kind of ties into that. And I'm going to also bring up how geographical proximity with France, with X and Y and Galar, can also relate to the next gen and the DLC, essentially, because you're looks like you're going on an expedition, like you're leaving Galar in a way, in maybe not the Isle of Armor, but the Crown Tundra, definitely, which is why it is the later released, later on in the year, closer to maybe the next release of the next gen. Anyways, I'm going off tangent again. Rose event in each DLC, the Isle of Armor, Volkner. So Volkner makes an appearance, gifts the player a Shinx. Volkner gives Blossom Honey for Curry, so there's a bunch of Curry stuff. So let's talk about Shinx real quick. The Shinx is supposed to be a regional variant based off the Manticore. Now that's true. I did read that somewhere else. I saw that somewhere else. I don't know why it's not on here, but it could be maybe the next one. Galaria, there's Jinx. There's no. There's no shinks on here. Don't think there was. So there's no Galarian shinks, which is interesting because you would think. See right here, Luxray is Manticore, but it doesn't say Galarian or Galarian, whatever you want to call it. It's supposed to be based off a Manticore. Rotom, a Tesla coil. Italy is very close. Nikola Tesla. Italy is very close. Taj Mahal. Okay. Palo Sands is supposed to be based off of Taj Mahal. Gotcha. Because a lot of people are thinking that the next gen, the next region will be, I think, was it India? Because of Kaparaja. People have said India. I remember somebody said India. Was it Kaparaja and Qfont? I think it's going to be an Arab-based. Not necessarily India, because people are tying in, United Kingdom and India. I'm going to tie it in with the United Arab Emirates. I don't know how to pronounce it. So with United Kingdom's influence in Arabia, basically in Arab countries, which also ties into the Manticore, because the Manticore, I believe, originated. And if you're not familiar with the Manticore, it's like a lion with wings and it has like a scorpion tail, which would be awesome for Luxray. Absolutely awesome. But where am I right here? Okay. Volkner gives player Shinx. It doesn't say Galarian, so Shinx obviously from another region, I'm assuming. It wouldn't be from where Volkner is from, I'm sure, because I don't think Volkner was from there. Where was Volkner supposed to be from? Okay, Volkner was Sinnoh, never mind. That was Sinnoh. That's supposed to be, I think Sinnoh was like a Japanese-based island, more so. But anyways, that's supposed to be a Manticore. Manticore actually is, it originates, I believe it was Persia. It was Persian, and then the name like Manticore kind of was, for English terms, was derivative from Latin, through Greek terms, but it is a Persian-based, which is, obviously an Arabian location, which would make sense, would tie into the whole Arabian Peninsula and kind of Middle East tie-in with Pokemon, because so far we have France, the United Kingdom, Japan. We had like New York, I believe it was. So that would tie in with that. Blossom Honey and Ambassador Balsam. This is a leak, so not everything could be 100% spellings, names, and everything could be incorrect. Balsam. When I saw that originally, I was like, speaks a long trading history with Galar. He wants to see a Caparaja while in Galar, as they are different. I originally thought of like balsamic, like Italian, Italy. So Italy, you can't really rule it out, but I think it ties in more with a Middle Eastern culture as opposed to like Italy or India, because it could be Balsam, which is Balsam, which is, if I remember correctly. So right here, it is like a spice. Balsam is that's why I knew it. I saw it somewhere. Arabic balsam, Hebrew. It's supposed to be a spice or a perfume, which makes sense considering everybody is kind of like, a lot of people's names in Pokemon is off of like flowers, or like trees. The gum of the balsam tree. Professor Oak, Ivy. I'm drawing a freaking blank on all the other professors' names right now. Like Gui from the last one, all based on trees. So balsam tree, and it is different. There was actually recently, I think 2017, they found remains of like an elephant, like elephant tusks, in where was it? I think. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. Pictures of a tusk of an extinct type of elephant found in Saudi Arabia. I'm telling you, Saudi Arabia. And I'll pull up the geographical map real quick. So right here you have the United Kingdom, proximity with France and X and Y. You have Italy down here, which originally I thought it was balsamic because of the spelling of that. But right down here, with the United Kingdom, like basically their connection with United Arab Emirate. I don't know how to pronounce Emirates, whatever. But so Saudi Arabia, Iran, which was Persia, but they, you know, they could have had a trading system right back and forth with the United Kingdom. And back down here, so we have new Pokemon. This is Ora 4, Asai 6, Cinecinco. Dark fighting. So basically, this is the legendary birds, the new regional forms of you know, Zapdos or Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres. Aura 4 is Psychic, so I'm assuming flying and Psychic, I believe. Flying, fighting. So I said this in one of my sword Let's Plays. Like, fighting birds are so cool. They're freaking cool. They're sick. I love the forms. Hawlucha, Sirfetch'd, Blaziken. They've been sick recently, so that would be really cool if it was electric and fighting. I'm sorry. So Ice Psychic for Articuno, which would make sense to backtrack. So Articuno, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, back to 1. Aura 4, Ice and Psychic. Asai, like Asai, like Assailant. 5th. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Never mind. Yeah, wait. Well, Cinecinco. So Cinecinco would be dark. Huh. Fire dark. Okay, so 3, 4. So 1, 4, 3. I don't know. I'm tying too much into it. But fire dark. I thought it was ground. I thought the Zapdos regional variant would be electric and ground, but electric and fighting would be pretty cool too. I like that. Regivolt, the Regis, obviously. A lot of you guys have gone over this or have seen this already by now. I'm pretty late to the party. Galarian Slowbro, Psychic Poison. Slowking, Psychic Poison. That makes sense. Galarian Phanpy, Fighting type. I love it. I love it. I love fighting types. And I love the Phanpy line as well. I'm guessing Rufiant is Donphan, maybe Fighting Steel. I don't know. Galarian Tentacle, Ice type. Okay. Horsey, Water type. Steedra, Water Steel. So like kind of like a knight's horse underwater. Allurant, normal type. I'm not sure what some of these might be. Oh, a Watchhog. Watchhog and Para, whatever it was called. So you get a fighting type. I love these fighting types, so that's interesting. A lot of fighting types are being thrown into this one, with the whole Urshifu and Cubfu line, so that's interesting. That's interesting to note. Galarian Sentret, Alluret, okay, Smoochum, Galarian Jinx, makes sense with Mr. Mime. Falcronix, that's pretty cool. Galarian Jodygon, Dragon Ground. Rotom, so Tesla Coil, due to the close proximity to Italy, makes sense. It's really cool. Luxray, the Manticore, like I said, the Persian ties, the Arab ties. Graplock, Punching Bag. Stonejourner, Stack Stonehenge, so another Stonejourner, Talonflame, Scrambler Jet, Taj Mahal. Okay, very interesting. I don't know. I don't really know how about this bottom one, Pyukumuku and Pincurchin share a Gigantamax form. I'm not sure how that really affects anything, or not sure what that really means. Like I said, it's just a leak. But the Taj Mahal, I mean, the only thing I really see, so I could see the whole Kaparaja and Taj Mahal thing like be like tying it into India, so that's why I can see like people getting the India reference. But I mean, maybe this is, like I said, this is a leak, so maybe it's not in fact the Taj Mahal. What if it resembles a sultan's palace? So sultans are, you know, obviously like an emperor type deal in Arab countries. Like Aladdin is Arabic, basically. So we got Granbull, Galarian Mankey fighting. I really hope they get a cool, like, not just like a snowball look, like Galarian, what's his name? Galarian Darumaka. How he looks like a freaking snowman. Hopefully it doesn't look like just like a snowball with like fists. Hopefully he gets like a kind of like Sandshrew-esque Sand Slash. He gets some spikes on him. I feel like his fists might be just kind of like like a snowball with like a snowball boxing glove type deal. Hopefully, the avalanche is was it Primeavalanche? Primeavalanche, like Primeape fighting ice. So hopefully he gets some cool looking spikes on him. That'd be really cool. Galarian Granbull, Snubbull. There we go. We got Rotom. So we're down here. So yeah, a lot was embellished. So what if it's not in fact a Taj Mahal? What if it's like a Sultan's Palace? This is what I wanted to pull up. So Saudi Arabia and United Kingdom relations. So they do have the long history of trading, as mentioned in the leak. Yeah, see, I mean, look at it. Like everything, there's so much history between United Arab Kingdom and the United Kingdom. Right here, United Arab Emirates. Even even the soccer team. Right here, in case you guys aren't familiar with what a manticore looks like, manticore myth right here, Persian origin. And this is also, pardon, I have a bunch of like stuff open right now, just because my brain was going crazy and I wanted to pull everything up. The Crown Tundra is the second DLC. Now, why do you think they would name it the Crown Tundra? Look at this. Look at Sultan crowns. These are Sultan crowns right here. Does it or does it not look or share resemblance to the actual crown in the Crown Tundra DLC? Look, Crown Tundra right here. That's the crown. That's the little weird thing. I really don't know the name of that, but you know, once we get more information, I'll probably do another video about it. But I mean, I'm telling you, this is an Arab tie-in. The Crown Tundra is the last DLC before maybe another gen remake, and then after that another gen remake, because that's what they usually do. They'll have the next generation, which would be an Arab-based location. I mean, look, so you got the United Arab nations, or not United. You got the Arab nations over here. You got the United Kingdom over here. So I like how they call it Ambassador Balsam. So he's like an ambassador. So obviously, ambassadors go to different countries, you know, like for stabilization of the nations and stuff like that. Negotiations, trade. In Islam culture, there's the year of the elephant, which I believe was supposed to be the same year as their Messiah Muhammad was born, so that, you know, that's why they could see the elephant as a big symbol in their culture. Yeah, there are the birds right here. I mean, here's another reason why I thought it was balsamic as well. Obviously because of the spelling. So I mean, we can't necessarily rule out that it could be Italy. It could be the next gen, but there's just too many references to one, like Saudi Arabia or the Arab nations, and then but balsam, because of balsamic vinegar, I figured, you know, maybe it was a little nod to Italy. But when I looked at the history of like balsamic vinegar, it was actually a gift. It was a gift by an emperor. He was the Holy Roman Emperor, the Holy Roman Empire, when he passed through the area on his route to Rome. So that could also have another factor in it, but it was also a gift, so a not native item at the time, I'm assuming. But that's kind of, you know, that's just my little take on it. Do with this as you will. Like I said, it's all hypothetical right now, but I do see the connections to the Arab nations, the Middle East, I should say, more so than India. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hope you guys did enjoy this. Apologize for the rant a little bit, but when my mind starts going, man, there's no stopping it. So thank you guys for watching. Share the video if you think, wow, this guy is actually kind of making sense. Then yeah, feel free to share the video, share the thoughts and ideas around, and see maybe we're onto something. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Take care. Peace.